Man, you know what's before I start talking about this movie, you know what's one of the most hardest things to find is to find good, free, good music. Oh shit! Uh-oh, I see one. Hold on. Ugly, extra ugly, ugly, extra ugly.
I'm
Oh shit! You
reporting
guys
you.
saw that? Oh man, they're all around us, brother. They're all around us. We gotta keep an eye out on this.
What are you
Woo!
talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh,
Everything's fine. What are you talking about?
I won't tell you because you probably won't believe me anyway. You know,
I'm one of you. What are you talking about? What did you see? What do you?
Special glasses
you see?
that it helps me to see people around me.
I'm fine. I'm not an I don't know. I came on like this. What are you talking about? I did not come on any other way. What are you looking at me weird for?
Hey, look, listen. You look ugly, right? I put this on. You're even uglier.
No, you're uglier.
Doing something, dude.
No, you're wait, hold on. You're ugly now, and you're still ugly. You're uglier and ugly. Uglier, ugly.
I guess it's all right to be ugly. What's wrong with being ugly, right? Technically, wearing sunglasses, you try to make yourself look less ugly. It's in reverse. Yeah. So
in my case, they're medical.
Yeah. So far, who we got here? Just so far, we got It's Time to Wake Up. We have Poblins here. So far, we got Guitar Bear. Hi from the UK, Bob. You're from the you're. I'm sorry, I'm reading the guy below this chat. He's from the UK also.
Yes,
I am so ugly.
Yes, I'm Manchurian. I'm a Manchurian candidate. I'm Manchurian. Okay. That's what they call them, people over here, Manchurians. Where I'm at, it's Manchurians. I'm a Manchurian candidate.
We got Boston Guy 51. They Live is one of my favorite movies. They should definitely remake it. Now let's get right into it because we only did the show for an hour, which They Live could be a good remake. The only thing I would recommend if they try to do a whole new remake is I wouldn't necessarily try to find a hot shot new director. I would try to find a hot shot new person, like a kind of like when John Carpenter was back in his heyday, where he was learning how to do things. That little fire. Because sometimes if you get somebody who's considered themselves a big director, they can actually screw it up and try to make it better than what they had for the budget. They'll
screw it up.
They live. I'm gonna first of all, I don't know if you know this. Some people might know this. Some people might not know this. The movie They Live was not written by John Carpenter. Okay,
no.
They Live is actually from a short story back in 1963 called 8 o'clock morning. Hold on. Let me get that name right. Let me try to get that name right.
8 o'clock morning. Wow.
Yeah, hold on. That's the movie he's directed. Give me a second. I want to get out correct information. I had it up already up here, but then I switched it over to John Carpenter to see all the movies that he has made. I want to give credit to the person who actually wrote the movie. Or wrote the story. It's called 8 o'clock in the morning. It was written by a guy named Ray Nelson as a short story. And then a lot of people might not also know this, that They Live was actually a comic. Okay, They Live came out in 1988. There was a comic book for this movie about the story of the movie that came out in 1986. Okay, now the name of the comic was not called They Live. The comic book was called Nada, where the character of the movie They Live, Roddy Piper's character was named Nada. Here, let me share the screen. Let me show you the comic book.
Oh wow!
This came out in 1986. Let me see here. Oh wow! Comic book Nada. Okay, so right here is actually the comic book for They Live. This came out in 1986, 2 years before the movie came out.
No shit. And so the face is exactly like the comic book. The masks or whatever the alien's face, kind of what we have now.
Yeah. John Carpenter basically, changed it and adapted it to fit in his movie. But the comic was called Nada, and it's kind of interesting, because like I told you this before, some like the Walking Dead series, it came from a comic book, short story. And when people make these comics, the drawings, I mean, look at the drawings, the writing, there's a lot of love in it. So John Carpenter does fantastic when he gets these materials like this to have something to work with, and he makes magic out of them, kind of like the movie The Thing. It came from a movie from the 50s or 60s. I can't remember what year The Thing came out, and he took that and made it his own, and that movie came out, I think, 1982 or 81.
Whoa.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know there was a comic book.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a comic book. I wish I'd have known. I would have bought the comic book. I would have loved to see that comic book. Was it a series of comics then? Now,
of course, they draw like a picture of a comic. Now, this, of course, was the modern day comic, not this one. And it's very interesting. It's
rowdy.
I wish somehow somebody could find like that comic. Maybe somebody in the chat has the comic. Anybody in the chat actually has that comic?
I've never heard of it. I wish I did. I'm not saying it didn't exist.
DC Marvel owned it. I didn't even know that they owned it.
No shit.
Marvel owned it.
Oh shit. Wow, man. So basically it was an adaptation off another comic book. It was the start of the comic book.
Yeah, it was a short story. Then it became a comic in 1986, and the movie came out in 1988. Now, some people are also getting this mixed up because the 80s was the era of a lot of kind of aliens being on this planet, kind of a decade. Because in 1983 is when, actually, I'll show you what came out in 1983. That maybe inspired John Carpenter to do an adaptation of this book. In 1983, one of my favorite TV series of all time, V.
Yes.
V came out.
Yes.
V came out in 1983, and we know what V now. Now they knew the aliens were coming because the aliens showed up on their front door.
Yeah.
But in this one, they looked human. Of course, until you find out when you tear their skin off, they're actually a lizard. So now
they were storing humans for meals. They were going to take a trip. They were storing humans for fucking food.
For food. They were using us as resource, as their food resource.
Wow, man.
You got the fat of the comic book. You had V, and you had the old movie War of the Worlds, where the thought of that movie was the aliens were already here in the ground. So
Preacher. I remember Preacher.
Yeah. So the Thing was the thing that they live. They live. I keep on mixing up his other movie. They Live. The Thing. They Live was a perfect where they're already here among us. We didn't even know they were here.
They've been here.
The movie came out where everybody got the body snatch and they started changing. And They Live. They were already here for a long time. They're already screwing your wife. Your wife was cheating on you with an alien. Your husband was an alien. The president was probably an alien.
And if you weren't an alien, you were in with them. Now, remember the homeless guy. I love that concept. He was homeless. They were sitting at a homeless camp. He had no money and he hated everything. He sold out his people. He basically is like joining the Freemasonry, a guild. He joined the guild. So they were the top of the guild. The aliens were the guild, the top of the fucking pyramid. And down below it were all just the regular humans that agreed to go along with the program. So they were in on it. They knew who they were, but they still couldn't see them. But they just knew who they were.
Yes. There were sections of the humans that knew about them, and they were part of them. Usually it's the rich people with money and power. It's a very interesting concept of what's happening now. Most of your
Yeah.
evil people are the high up power people.
Yep.
Now, if you go back to John Carpenter, one of the great things about John Carpenter is, he got his breakthrough with the movie, Halloween in 1978. Then he did The Fog in 1980. Yeah. He did Escape from New York, which,
yes.
say no more. He did The Thing, 1982. Christine was, he directed a Stephen King. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Now, before he went to They Live, he did 2 other movies that I don't believe he got any good credit for it. Starman was fantastic.
Oh, Starman. Yeah, it's ironic. Yeah, he was from another place.
And he uses people, he used the alien in that one, used people's DNA to look like you so he can discover what's, the beauty of Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, he doesn't get credit for his comedy, Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, yes.
So by the time he got to They Live, you're talking about comedy, action, adventure, and I'm going to tell you how much balls John Carpenter has. How many directors would actually, in his own movie, put a wrestler, Ronnie Piper, as the star in the movie? Seriously, how many people would take a chance and do that?
Well, he was a popular wrestler at the time. Now, I remember Superfly Stuka, all of the old,
He was. Yeah, you're right. He was. That famous his famous words about like chewing popcorn to kick some ass.
Chewing bubble gum.
John Carpenter did not write that. Ronnie Piper has a book, and he used to write one-liners for his wrestling.
Okay.
So John Carpenter goes, dude, if you got a one-liner you want to put in this movie, go for it. And so that's saying he was originally going to use it for wrestling.
Yes.
But he
I'm
used
here
it
to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. So he starts shooting fuckers, but he's got the glasses on. So, he's just shooting aliens. Now, no, he wasn't indiscriminately shooting people in the bank, which is a beautiful scene. I can see it happening. I love the concept. It's a fucking nice place. Shoot the fucking debtors. It's beautiful, but they were aliens, and they had trapped everybody. The bank, man, he went in the bank. This is where the bankers are. The fucking rotten ass aliens with their, their skin looking all nasty, and he's just like shooting them, man, loving life.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, but I'm all out of bubble gum. And Oxide is right. It was Duke Nukem before They Live. Yeah, that game was before They Live. So, but how we talk about like time travel, or some people kind of know the future.
Yeah.
If you look at the movie They Live, of course, you put on the glasses and you see people's faces. Let's look at the face. Let me get pictures of images of the faces. Let me go here because I got images up. And then there's that. No, that's not the one. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Now, Aliens Among Us. Now, John Carpenter, it seems like somehow he kind of knows the future a little bit because of the mask and stuff. Because if you guys remember, I don't know if anybody remember this. John Carpenter made another movie about putting on a mask, and it changes you when you put the mask on. Does anybody know what movie am I talking about that John Carpenter did about putting on a mask and you change within the mask? You put the mask on and you change. Does anybody know? I want to see if somebody in the chat. Somebody has to know this. To know this. Bob, do you have an idea of what I'm talking about?
Change underneath the mask. No, it's not one of those wasn't it the extension to it wasn't a pumpkin.
You are so there. Here.
Pumpkin.
Here. Nobody has an idea. Okay.
On
now,
and you
I'm going to
change
show you guys this. I will show you guys this, but I'm going to tell you guys how crazy this is. How crazy it is. There was a series that he started with. The Halloween movie. He started the Halloween.
Yes.
Movie.
It was one of the extensions of
Halloween 2, and then the studio says, dude, we want a Halloween 3. Season of the Witch. Ryan got it.
Season of the Witch.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, that has nothing to do with Michael Myers, except there's a TV screen in the movie where they're showing a Halloween trailer. Has nothing to do with it. But the movie was about putting on that mask. You know?
Yes.
So if you think about it, it's almost like he kind of knew what's going on nowadays, where it's like, how's the best way to hide an alien now? Now, say you don't have a lizard face, whatever. Well, if everybody's wearing a mask, get this. You killed 2 stones at once, Bob. You killed 2 stones at once. You got everybody wearing a mask, so if you're an alien, you can walk around with a mask and nobody would know.
Nobody will know. All they see is this.
Nobody will know. Now, and this is another gift that the governments of this world has and aliens have. People who are protesting against it don't wear a mask. So now you know people under their mask are the aliens, and the people not wearing a mask are your resistance, your rebels, your fighters. So government wins. It's like John Carpenter.
They win.
Somehow we win. Now the only difference is between They Live and now is in the movie They Live, close to the end, you know that there's a big satellite on top of the building. And the idea was to blow this satellite up, and then you can see everybody for what they are. The only difference of nowadays is we know who they are.
Yeah, we know who they are. Well, we know who their minions are. We know who they put the minions down for you to be mad at. They put them out there and they have crimes, and you're mad at the crimes, and you're mad at the minions. But you're not mad at the actual people because you don't know who they are. Yeah, they put them down there for sacrifice. Well, they're not going to prison. They're not going to jail. They're on an island with Epstein hanging out.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing if there's any images of the Halloween 3 masks. Here, let me get rid of this.
The pumpkin mask. I think Matt from Quantum of Conscious did a whole breakdown of this show. Was it called The Night of the Witch, or he did a whole breakdown on that one. That's kind of fucking cool too, about how it's kind of got a really heavy cult thing to it. Goes right back to just crazy sick cult kind of shit. Yeah. Really well done video. So again, Matt from Quantum of Conscious put out a video about this fucking this mask. I thought it was a great show. If you guys want to check out his, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the video, but it's really good. About this video, ironically.
And remember, John Carpenter kind of never liked people in charge, people with power. So he said, like, yeah, I'll make you a Halloween 3. But it ain't going to be that Halloween. He's going to make it about mask, about controlling people. So it's just kind of weird and neat how did he know? Did John Carpenter know what's going to be happening?
It was nothing of Michael Myers. Nothing. It was all about the mask. It was strictly about the mask. I'm like, what the hell is this mask? Again, it goes with the weird freaking face thing, man. The mask, man. And the
movie has balls because remember his best partner, guy's name's Frank, Keith David actor. Right before he blew up the satellite or whatever.
Yeah.
The girl who they're looking for took a gun to his friend's head and like pow, boom.
Shot it. Yeah, she sold out, man. She was part of the media. So he
Media,
tried to
yep.
trust her. She come off like she's trusting, but when push comes to shove, she went right back to the media. She went right back to lying to the people. Man, that was all it was about, because they lose their money. They'll lose their houses, their homes, their cars, their fucking billion-dollar lifestyles are gone. And a man and a woman without money are weak. They're weak without money. Weak males, weak females without money. Soon as you take it away from them, they become vulnerable like little children. Look at them. That's exactly how they look to me right there. Well, like this. Oh my God. No, actually like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Actually like this.
Obey.
Horrible, man. Obey. Procreate. Consume. Procreate. Obey. Understand. It's like freaking subliminal messages inside of everything. What it is, it's on a different frequency. So it's like a frequency. They put this, you see the big towers there. They've got the dish, and they're putting out this radiation frequency where you can't see it, and you're seeing exactly what they want you to see. But what's underneath is it's subliminals, what they want you to do, like obey. So that one right there, remember, obey. That's vote for whatever the fuck his name was. Vote is a voting. He was running for election. Remember, he's running for election. So, just they're all the same. All the candidates running for election were all of these aliens, and so now it doesn't matter who won. It's a freaking lie. It's just no matter who won. You got an alien.
I gotta give credit to Ryan. This guy knows this shit. Michael Myers was supposed to be a one-shot deal originally. Deborah Hill and John Carpenter wrote the first film as a standalone. The studio demanded more sequels. Because in Halloween 2, I know we're skipping away just a little bit. In Halloween 2, John Carpenter did not direct that movie. He just produced it. He didn't want to do it. He was pissed off that they did it. He didn't want it. So that's why when they made this new Halloween movie a couple years ago, that John Carpenter also produced it, but he didn't direct it. He made it a direct sequel to the first Halloween movie, not to the second one, because he never wanted to do a second one. He didn't want that money green. Now, I don't know how they convinced him to do it. Maybe they probably paid him a lot of money, but then of course they want to pay him all this money for a 3. Of course, he gave him a 3, but wasn't even Michael Myers. You know what? This is one of the interesting about. Now, I always talk about what was the budget for a movie like, They Live, because it's always
low, wasn't it? Low.
It was very small. Here, I'm going to show you. Let me show you guys the budget. Here we go. The budget for this movie was estimated at $4 million. Now in the USA,
$4 million.
Now in the USA, it really only it grossed worldwide. It wasn't worldwide. This movie wasn't released worldwide. It was only released in America. The movie made $13 million, so it made a small profit.
13, really? 13.
Yeah, 13 million. Only in America. It does say worldwide gross, but it said gross USA 13 million. Now a lot of people don't know that to 4 million is to make it, and when you add how much commercials they put out, it probably totally cost them maybe 6 million. So it made a small profit, but not big enough profit where the studio's like, hey, we need They Live Part 2. Because they could have made a sequel, because at the end of that movie they were all exposed. It's weird.
It kind of washed away. It used to be, I remember being really popular, and then it just faded away like nobody saw it. Like, you remember They Live? Huh? They Live. No, I didn't watch it. Oh, and it didn't make it overseas. It didn't. Why would it not make it overseas? Nobody would push it. Like, all of a sudden, the movie was made. To me, only me. It was so well made and so well looked at by, I guess, truthers. It was actually like adopted by the truthers. And the truther community is like, okay, this is it. This is reality. This is what it is. And as soon as the truthers took it and identified it and were watching it, gone. Straight to freaking tape. It went to tape so fast, like your fucking head spun. Where's the movie at? It's on tape. Didn't go overseas. Didn't go anywhere. Straight to tape. Oh, at that time, straight to beta. Beta was straight to beta. You know, they even put it on VHS, and then it finally made the VHS, and then maybe a DVD in some fucking small shop somewhere you go pick up at a secondhand store, maybe.
After fact. So a lot of these kind of movies like this usually gets that cult following, and that's how a movie stays and survives. Like, you know, a cult following. I mean, you know, Halloween has a cult following. Almost every movie has a cult following, and you know, truthers, most of their cult following. If you ask truthers, what is their cult following movie, and I'm sure the percentage is going to be They Live. I mean, you know, I mean, it's, you know, everybody has a cult following. Evil Dead is a cult movie. Now, because there was no blockbuster where everybody in the world seen it. That movie survived on having a cult following.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just a cult following. It made its money off DVD VHS beta, and then VHS, and then DVDs. You know, I never saw it until about 5 or 6 years ago. That's funny because we saw it way back when it came out. Way back. No, that's fine. It's funny because this movie, it's making a resurgence. It's seriously making. I'm shocked it's not on Netflix, on some channel, man. It's just sitting on people's shelves, dusty. It's making a resurgence in the homes.
I looked on Amazon, not there. I looked on Netflix, not there. I looked on
Isn't that weird?
Not there.
Isn't that weird?
There's a horror app called Shudder that does like all horror movies. It wasn't on there. And I know it's weird, man. Sci-fi, but it really is, in my opinion, a horror movie. It does. Think about it.
Again, it went to obscurity. It literally disappeared. It feels. I mean, I could find Night of the Lupus. Come on, man. I can find the craziest. I can Sleepaway Camp, but you can't find They Live. Why is it hidden, man? I'm not screaming conspiracy, blah 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 blah. Fuck that. For reals. Why is it hidden so much? It's gone. It's gone. It's like I can't find it, man. I think I found it. Somebody had it on Pirate Bay. I legally ripped it one time. I think I have it. I have it on one of my externals somewhere. Hard to find movie, man. Not that I do that kind of stuff. It's illegal. So don't you guys be stealing movies. I'm simply lying.
I'm pretty sure Kubrick sold his soul to make The Shining with a good budget. Could have. I mean, who knows what souls people sell? You know, I mean, anything's possible, right?
Yeah, definitely possible in this place.
Hollywood. I mean, no matter what some of these directors and stuff say about Hollywood, well, they're making movies in Hollywood. So, you know, I mean, you can't.
I'm going to say this. I'm happy that Tom Hanks wasn't in it. I'm just going to say that. I love that Rowdy Piper was in it. Perfect for the role. He said, yes, Kubrick, one of them from the Lolita. Of course, man.
He found that in a yard sale years ago.
Yeah.
For the elite as a method of gaining our implement consent.
Yeah. Again, you find it in used places. You find it obscure places. It's covered in dust some places. It's an excellent movie. I mean, outside of the conspiracy, it's a great movie. Yeah.
It's like you got to put on these glasses to find the movie.
Yeah, well, I have to. If I take mine off, I'm blind. Mine's different. I take mine off, I'm blind. I got to put mine on to see. So I'm the opposite.
This is our friend says, okay, Eric, watch this movie. It's like Speed, a great flick to get stoned to. Only it's a Korean guy that hijacks a bus of retarded. What?
What? Hijacks a bus of retarded kids.
I'm gonna have to go check this out. Holy shit! Where's the?
We do not endorse that name, retard. We do not endorse this as a family-friendly show. However, it's very, very funny. I'm gonna say it right now.
This sounds awesome, P.O.
That's good. Yeah. I think my favorite part of the movie, Eric, was the fight scene. I think the fight
The
scene
big
was
in the alley.
yeah,
The big wrestling kind of over
yeah,
the top and
yeah. I mean, those two dudes went at it, man. They fought. You know what's funny about this movie? In 2016, when I kind of had a weird wake up, I don't know what you want to call it. I woke up to truther ideas. We'll put it that way. This is a different channel. I had an African American buddy, it reminded me just like that guy. And I was having a conversation about at the Museum of Flight. I was having a conversation. Hey, man, things don't seem right here, man. I was talking to him about certain things I felt that was wrong and things he should be aware of. And he wouldn't listen to me. He wouldn't listen to me. I swear to you, dude, it reminded me of this movie where he and I almost went to blows. And he was my best friend. He's a Vietnam vet. I'm a Gulf War vet. And we almost went to blows like the movie. Because I'm trying to tell him at the Museum of Flight, there's some corruption, man. Do you not see it? And he was like, wouldn't hear it. He was moving up. He got a status position. I said, fuck your status position. Listen to me. We were like almost arguing in the office. We slammed the door. We're almost fucking fighting in the office. I'm like, you gotta fucking wake up and listen to me. He would not listen to me. And I was like, it reminded me of that movie. Now, we didn't go throw blows. We didn't go to, I ain't going to do that. But it was real funny. I think I spit on this.
Yeah. It's like how he said it. The scene is allegory for how hard it is to wake some people up.
That's it. So that's it.
That's why this movie is such a cult following in the truth community.
Wake up.
Because people feel like it is that hard to wake people up. He said it perfectly.
He floors them, beats them. They knee each other in the balls. They flip each other. He finally gets him on the ground and gets the glasses on his face, bloody, punches him. Literally, they both, remember, he didn't just give in when he put the glasses on. They both passed out on the ground, and he kind of woke up with the glasses. He put it on his face, and he finally looked around and saw the little things flying in the air. They were watching you, man. They were watching you with cameras, and you couldn't see them. They're always watching you, and they were in the air, and you couldn't see the little floating camera balls, little silver balls with a camera. And it immediately calls you in when they find you suspicious. And remember, they got called in. They had to go hide out. Both of them, man. It was horrible. They had to go hide out. That was sad. And then they got the watch. Remember, they had got the watch off one of the assholes.
On the watch.
And when you turn it, it opens up a dimensional door into another area. It goes into the tunnels under the earth. You turn it, and it goes into the tunnels under the earth, under the turtle. And they were in the hallways where they had soldiers. And remember this now, the soldiers were human. The soldiers with the guns were human. And then the people in the conventions were all humans. You only had a couple of these they live freaking leaders. Only the few of them were mixed in with some of them sitting with humans. Some of those guys were sitting with the freaking nasty ladies, but they couldn't tell. They couldn't tell. It was sad, man. Imagine waking up next to that. Oh, God.
And then here's a person you trusted who technically was alien, but this person was on their side, was on the alien side.
She was in the media.
Yep.
She was in that was the premise. That was the whole thing about her. She was in the media. He couldn't trust her. And at the end, he thought he could trust her. No, as soon as his back was turned, his buddy was shot, and he was next, man. It was the media.
And then the ending scene of a girl riding a guy looking down, and then you saw his alien face.
Oh, God. Well, that's why I tell you women out there, if you're watching, you're a woman, you might have one of these freaking aliens. You might be dating, and you might think that they're handsome and dashing and debonair. And now guess what? They're fucking aliens. They're aliens. They live. Aliens.
What that was telling you is, okay, you might have exposed us, but we're already inside your people. Our people already have our DNA. Babies are, because they never said how long they've been there.
No.
So there could have been a lot of half breeds. And now with these half breeds, they never really say if the glasses could see a half breed.
No, they were procreating. Yeah, they were procreating with them. They were conceiving their little bastards. So they're little half alien bastards. Just remember V. Remember V when that girl had the alien. Remember she was pregnant with one of them.
Had two babies. One
came
out more alien, which died, and the other one came out a girl. And the baby that died, they used that DNA of the dead baby to create that red powder that kills all the aliens.
That's right. Kill the reptiles.
Now in V, you're right. You're right about when they're shooting up the. Cause I was thinking about that, Bob. I was actually thinking about that. It's kind of funny. Like you're shooting up the news station, right? You're shooting regular people too, or they're shooting some aliens. And I remember V. There were some good people. Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger, was actually in V, and he was a good guy. He was
a good guy.
So in a lot of ways, they were just shooting any alien that they saw, and you're thinking to yourself, well, what if technically that alien was maybe on your side? Not, it's like Bob. You know how you go to war? Now the people you're shooting, the people you're fighting against, they're there because the government put them there. They're all good people. They all have families. They didn't want to fight you. They're there because the government's put them there. It's almost like they're just shooting any alien that they saw. Like, what if that alien was a good guy?
Now, unless they identify themselves, they're my enemy. Now, they got to be identify yourself. If you're going to look like a human and you're not, you're going to get taken down. That's it. That's it for me. I don't care. I'm going to take you down. If you are exploiting my people, I'm taking you down. Now, if they come out and says, please don't shoot, I'm on your side, well, then take a fucking knee. Take a knee. Take a knee. I'll talk to you later. After a couple of drinks and some interrogation in a fucking room and some waterboarding, we'll see what you know. But other than that, alien, you're dead. Again, if you want to take a knee, take a knee. Give me your watch. Give me your wallet, give me everything, and shut the hell up until I'm done. We'll waterboard you later. Joking, people. I'm just playing. We're comic booking. Nothing I say is true. We're just having a good time. We're talking about a comic book, so no aliens are being waterboarded. I'm just joking around about that. But again, Eric, you're right. Some of them may be good. Don't know yet until we find out. Again, you can't know. And how would you trust them? How would you trust them?
How would you? I mean, just look at these people.
See, look at that. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. It reminded me of some people I seen the other day. They were down there. They were buying some food at the store. I was staring at them. I said, "What are you looking at? Fucking ugly to me." And then they went like this on there, and I ran, Eric. I ran so far away.
Society of Rejects, Callie, who's actually going to be on the show tomorrow. I have a story to tell about Roddy Piper. That's awesome.
Oh, cool. I want to hear.
I want to hear that. If you think about it nowadays, now in those days, you only had news channels that were on. News channels weren't really 24 hours yet. I don't know. I don't remember when CNN went 24 hours. I don't remember that. But now, if you try to dispose anybody on one news channel, most people think news channels are fake anyway now. It wouldn't even do anything. It wouldn't even matter. So now you start thinking, well, how can you expose people? Because how they expose them, you might have got away with that back then. But now, if you did it on Fox News, people say, oh, that was just fixed. That was just, I mean, how would you do it now? Because if you and I film a real alien and say we put it on YouTube, the government or somebody knows that's a real footage, it will be taken down.
Immediately taken down. That's why this movie is hard to find. This movie is hard to find. That's why they made that movie, A Criminal Minds, where that guy was cutting off people talking to a bunny rabbit. Like in the movie, I'm like, what is this?
Yes.
They're making reverse propaganda movies against it.
Yes.
These guys right here. These guys right there. Right there.
No, you're right. You're right. You're like saying, hey, how are we going to stop these truthers? Well, we don't have to stop them. We just make these truthers sound like they're crazy. They're mental. Yeah. So nobody will listen to them. You're right. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, we're not truthers. We're just movie. We're just talking. We're movie critics. So we're talking about movies. And in this movie, it's a great movie by John Carpenter. It's about aliens that have secretly taken over the planet. They're your bankers. They're your freaking bosses, and the bosses, your mid-level boss. They're your people that are working for them in the guild systems. Everybody works for the pyramid. So everybody's in on it. Those of us revolutionaries within the comic book context. Now, this is not real, people. We're just talking this. We got to be vigilant and be prepared for this. We need a lot of chewing gum. A lot of chewing gum.
Hey, if this movie was made nowadays and you put a big, huge budget and say the movie's more popular, I guarantee the sales of chewing gum would go up.
Oh, yeah. Did you know that in Jakarta? No, not Jakarta. It was Singapore. I was in Singapore in the military, and chewing gum's illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Chewing gum's illegal in Singapore. You can't have chewing. You will be taken out. Cops will pick you up in an unmarked car, put you in the car, and drive you out in the country and drop you off with chewing gum. Says you could chew it all you want out here in the fields. They'll leave you out there. It's fucked up. I was on the run. The cops got my chewing gum. I was running all through. They were chasing me down because I had chewing gum. Yeah, I was trading it for sex. They don't have it there. It's like gold. It's like drugs. God. Chewing gum. Yeah.
Can you imagine putting these glasses and seeing these like 4 or 5 staring at you, and they're calling on you
every day?
And you know what? That is technology that we could do now. I'd call you, Bob, on this. This is actually a Samsung computer thing where I can actually call you from my phone. So that's a real thing.
Mine's a chronograph. It's a chronograph. I got it. Actually got this one in London. It's under $100. You pay over $100, you're an idiot. So anyway, this is a special watch. I got a chronograph watch in London at the Meridian Line. They made the original. It's like a museum where they made the original chronographs for the ships. This one goes through time travel watch. Yeah, in a comic book. It's not real.
Great movie. I like the movie Children of the Dead from the 80s. Hard movie to find. Yeah, I remember something about Children of the Dead. I can't picture. I gotta see a footage of it to remember this movie. I remember there was a movie called Children of the Dead. I just can't.
I was thinking Children of the Corn. Are you sure it's Children of the Dead or Children of the Corn?
I'm gonna type in the Google search.
Children of the Dead.
Children of the Dead.
I thought, okay, no, you're probably right. I was thinking Children of the Corn. Outlander. Malachi. Malachi had the long red hair. Everyone used to call me Malachi when I was a kid. He had long hair. Look at Malachi. Long red hair.
Children of the Living Dead. I wonder if she is talking about the Children of the Dead. There's a novel. There's a novel called Children of the Dead.
The Children of the Dead. Children of the Dead.
Was it not Children of the Dam? Oh yeah, there was a movie called Children of the Dam. I remember that one.
Those were the little blonde kids. Yeah, the little blonde kids that had mental powers. They had blonde hair, like they had like bowl cuts, like blonde bowl cuts hairs and bright blue eyes. Looked like little Nazi knockoffs, like little Nazi breeders.
This one person says, "I think my wife might be from Venus." Okay,
it happens. It happens.
Could be.
Yeah, it happens. I woke up and it was a woman from Uranus. It's fucking weird, man. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was from Uranus, man.
It's a movie where the children went through a fog through a school bus, then became zombies. Oh,
Children of the Dead.
That's not Children of the Corn. That's not Children of the Corn. No, that's not.
That's a real children's zombie movie. We gotta find that one now.
I'm gonna go to IMDb. Children of the Dead. I'm gonna type that in. Children of the Dead. We gotta find this out. This is like a mission.
Find this movie now. God, man. I wonder.
There's Children of the Dam. Now there's a short movie called Children of the Dead in 2014.
Maybe.
I'm gonna share it here. Children of the Dead. See, now there's Children of the Dead, but this says 2014.
Oh.
If I go back all you get is Children of the Dead in Development, 2014, Children of the Corn, Children of the Dam in 64. I guess they're doing a remake of Children of the Corn for 2021.
No, Outlander. Outlander.
Well, Stephen King is kind of he's kind of hot again in a lot of ways. He's hot, because what it. So they're bringing a lot of his movies back.
Yeah, he's making a small resurgence. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of horror movies are coming. Like a lot of, they want people scared. I don't know what's up.
Was Children of the Dam movie. Okay, Medela Miles says it was the Children of the Dam movie. I just, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I just don't remember going through a fog in a school bus and become zombies. I have to check that out again.
There was, oh God, I can't remember what it was called.
Jeepers Creepers?
Yes, there was one, it was, oh God, I can't remember. He had he had his own cemetery, and then he had a guy that couldn't speak. He was like mute. He was mute, and they were digging holes, and like I think it was like Italy or whatever. He was the caretaker of and he would go out every night and shoot the dead and put them back in the graves. That was his job every night. He had to kill the dead every night. They were coming up every night, and he would shoot them and put them back in the ground. And that was he did every day, every evening. Him and his mute buddy. Yeah. God, I can't remember the name of that movie. Really good too. Yeah.
There's a lot of great
had some TNA in it.
Horror movies. I mean, there's a lot of them. Here's a good sci-fi movie that nobody will ever talk about, and most people would never even bring it up in a conversation. Remember when Tom Selleck did a movie with Gene Simmons as the bad guy called Runaway? With the electronic robot spiders in it and all that?
Oh God, no! I don't remember that. I'd have to see a clip of it, but I might remember it if we watched it at the house. We used to buy. Eric and I used to buy. They were giving them away. Like the VHS was going out at this one store, and they were closing it down. So Eric and I were going with a box, and it was $1 a movie. And so Eric and I went to the horror movies and got them all. Of course, we snuck into the porno section, got all them too. But who cares? We got a whole stack of a lot of horror movies. A lot of them. We watched all of them. Like the weirdest ones, anything and everything. There were so many in the 80s and 70s and 80s. Good ones.
Yes. You don't remember?
I remember. Yes, I remember.
Spiders, Gene Simmons. And he did a hell of a job in it.
Yeah, I remember that. That was cheesy cool, man.
It was cheesy cool, exactly. Look at that spider, like electronic
spider. Yeah, those things were so cool. The little robot freaking spiders, man. Yeah, he was like an evil genius scientist who made little evil spiders that could kill you, do everything to you, and robots. They're robots. Yeah, O.G. Simmons. Yeah.
Nobody talks about like movies like this where these are like gems. These are like
run away. Yeah. Okay. God, dude. Flashback, man. That's from way back. Nobody. They don't even replay this one. It just died on its own. Nobody's even seen. Yeah, Tom Selleck was in it. Yeah. He was. Tom Selleck, man.
Michael Christian film, yeah.
Good actors. It was great movie. The special effects were phenomenal with the robot spiders. Yeah, it's fucking weird that no one's heard of it. Just went away with Tom Selleck.
Yeah, like I said, they're gems. And Gene Simmons, he played a hell of a good bad guy. And technically, that movie. Oh, doesn't tell me the budget. Oh, well, they probably don't even know what the budget is.
Who knows that one?
The funny thing is, that movie was directed by the book writer Michael Crichton. He's the one that wrote all the Jurassic Park movies. He wrote those books. A lot of people don't remember that guy who wrote that book, actually, he directed this movie, which, hey, I give him credit. It wasn't bad.
It was good. A
super bad Kiss movie. Oh, Phantom of the Yeah, remember that kid, Phantom of the Park or something? It was called Phantom of the Park.
Phantom of the Park, right?
Phantom,
And they were like,
Phantom of something. I remember that the Kiss movie.
whoo. Ooh, we're going way back. We're stretching the horror movies, man. That's pretty
They're
cool.
fun, man. It's what makes it fun. You know, they live. You know, all because they live kind of got a bigger cult following. You know, especially what's going on nowadays. Everybody, you know, there's a guy who does a show, Russian Vid. Picture is based on They Live, so it has a cool following. Oh, here it is. Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. Okay, yes, Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park.
That's great. These are the best old horror movies ever. These are God. We could just go forever with these things, man. Oh man! But today's theme is They Live, and yes, they live. At the end, we found out that these were interdimensionals. Now they weren't going through space; they were going through interdimensions, which space was like some kind of portal. When they went up, they went through a dimension. They were just they're all over the dimensions, extorting resources. That's all they did. The bankers, all of the evil, they were extorting, are coming and going. And click their thing, they would come and go, like a Star Wars, like Star Trek's, machine where they kind of just go back and forth between it. Okay, Scotty, send them. They were just transporting there and back. It's insane, man.
I do gotta tell Dean H. Black Christmas. Now, if you're talking about the 2019 remake, for me, my personal, I hated that movie. I hated that 2019 freaking Black Christmas. I hated it. It was too predictable. I will never ever watch that movie again. For me, that's kind of a movie I would throw on the ground and urinate on it.
It's not one of them religious.
It's the original. Good, thank you. The original. That remake was pathetic. I took my daughter to go see it, and my daughter was like, "What the hell is this crap?"
Yeah. I'm not down with remakes, man. When the originals are great. They did Total Recall again with Home Slice. I'm like, no, man, you can't replace the original. You cannot replace the original. You can't, man. You can't. Stop replacing the originals. Stop. I want to go to Hollywood and say, stop, man. Leave the originals alone, these classic horror movies. A zombie movie you can remake 1 billion times. It don't matter. But some of these classics like Total Recall, you can't remake. You can't do it. Stop, please.
I do want to see this. Red Flag Rico says, I just watched the new movie You Should Have Left with Kevin Bacon last night. You should I do want to watch this. It was supposed to be in the theater because of the what's going on out there. They took it straight to VOD, but they wanted like $20 to rent it, not to buy it. So I'm just waiting. I was waiting to see when that movie could be rented. It's like it's kind of supposed to be like a haunted kind of a movie, or is he a madman? So
Kevin Bacon was in a movie that was really good. About being a possession. There was a ghost in his house.
Yes,
it was in the suburbs up in the New Jersey, somewhere
at the same time as Sixth Sense.
Yes,
it was really good.
Oh man, Kevin Bacon was in that movie, man. It was so good. I highly recommend it. Oh God!
I'll tell you in a second.
You gotta look up Kevin Bacon, man. Hands hurt.
God, what the? Here, let me type in loose on purpose.
It was a girl ghost. It was a female ghost, man, and she was murdered. The neighbors murdered her, and she was murdered. And so he was renting the house from his friend and boss. And he was ripping out the floor, and his wife was angry. The neighbors everybody was mad. Why is this guy ripping out the concrete floor 24/7 with a jack in the middle of his fucking house? Everyone's going, this guy's insane. He couldn't stop himself. It was a ghost girl.
Stir of Echoes.
Stir of Echoes.
And
She was
Stir Echoes.
murdered.
And he was trying to figure out that Rolling Stones song, Painted Black. He was like,
Yeah.
I know this song. I know this song.
I know this song. And it turns out that the guy he's renting the house from, his
kid raped a girl.
friend, the guy he rented the house, his son, his athlete fucking son, raped and killed a disabled girl in the house that he was renting. He raped and killed her. And so the dad found out and did not want his son to lose his career as a sports fucking guy, a football player. And they both hid the body in the house and filled it with concrete, concreted that girl up. And she was gone, missing. Nobody knew where she's at. And the cops stopped looking for her. He goes to rent, Kevin Bacon rents the house. And the ghost of that girl keeps calling to him. And so he's fucking tearing up the floor. He don't know why. He's got to find this, whatever's going on in his head. He was going crazy, and he found her. We're spoiling that movie, Eric. We're sorry. If you guys want to watch Stir of Echoes, was it Stir of Echoes?
Stir of Echoes. No.
Stir of Echoes, we spoiled it. It's a spoiler. We ruined it, so we don't apologize. Sorry. We should have.
I know, but that movie is
such a good movie.
So good.
Echoes. You guys would love it. You'll love it. We've ruined it for you, though, but you'll love it. We've ruined it.
No, we don't ruin things. We make things better.
Shit, time's up.
It's almost time. I'm looking for this one thing real quick. Now, the movie for next week, guys. I'm going to tell you the next movie. And I want you guys to try to find this movie. This movie is a fucking awesome movie that came out in 2006. It's a James Gunn movie. James Gunn's the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy. He made a movie called Slither.
Slither
is like almost like an alien movie where there's like little like worms get in your body, and it's just fucking awesome. I want everybody to try to find the movie Slither. We're gonna talk about movie Slither on Tuesday. It's a great, fun ass fucking movie.
Please watch our show because it's costing me money. Now I'm not making no money off these shows. Eric ain't making no money off these shows. And I gotta rent these movies because I can't find them. I have to look for these obscure stuff and pay because I have to remember what they were like. So I have to rewatch these horror movies to have conversations with you guys. Damn it, sub. Costing me money. Going into a home, educating people.
Tell people to sub and join us and all that because you're right. These movies aren't cheap to rent. Now, like that one movie, Kevin Bacon, new horror movie, he said it is now to rent. And now $6 still costs money. It's hard to find.
You gotta find them and then rent them because they just don't provide them anymore. So.
Yes, Slither might be a movie we able to find. But guys, that's it for our 1 hour. I want to thank you guys. Tomorrow on our regular show, we got Callie. Guys, all remember Callie, Miss Callie. So Society Rejects. We'll be on tomorrow. We're gonna find out where she's been for the last 4 months. Well, guys, love you all. I'll talk to you later.